What is the nightmare? You see these signs all over town. Maybe you're new to town and you've never heard of it before, but if you've been here very long, you're certainly aware of something happening around Halloween, and that is the nightmare. That's something that Guts Church puts on. Tell us about that.
Well, the nightmare this is the 15th year of it. It's an annual outreach we do that is essentially designed to scare the hell out of you.
Yeah.
And that's literally it. What we do is it originally started as 5 of the biggest killers of young people, graphically exposed, and then the price Jesus paid for our lives. And now, just because the first few years it was fun because we got to sneak up on people. People didn't know what it was. Well, now everybody knows. And so it's kind of full disclosure. We got to just throw our books open and everything and let everybody see it. But so we change it every year. This year there's a kind of terrorism theme to it.
Interesting. So this is like a ministry version of a haunted house.
Correct. Yeah, it's a haunting house is what it is essentially. And we just take very culturally relevant situations and just graphically expose it. We're not glorifying it or anything. It's interesting because there's things involved in it that are going to be very gripping for almost everybody that can go through.
Now, you say everybody that can go through. This is serious enough that not everyone can go through. I mean, it kind of has a disclosure when you walk in the door if you have heart trouble and under the age of whatever.
Third trimester. Or, it's kind of like a roller coaster, I guess, for that. But it is emotionally, it's a roller coaster, and you got to be 12 years old to go through, and that's hard and fast. We've got parents that lie right to our face because they want their kid to go through. But it's really not appropriate for them. But if your kid's in middle school, it's appropriate. That's what they're dealing with every day. Whether they're in Christian school or public school or at the mall, they're dealing with these kind of situations.
Well, and that's just the whole point. You're reaching out. It's maybe something that might open the door for parents to talk about certain issues, things that put everybody on the same page.
Absolutely, and it's very culturally relevant. So if there are people, the concerns people have are, well, is it too graphic? Yeah, it's way too graphic, but it's real. So we can't change that. And I think when we, as the church, decide to be real, people are attracted to that.
Well, and that's probably been a lot of the reason for Guts Church explosive growth and how people have just flocked there. Tell us a story of Guts Church and how Nightmare got started.
Well, the church, it's essentially designed to reach the unchurched. It's people that, and I thought I invented that term, but now everybody uses it, so maybe I didn't. But people that weren't necessarily attracted to traditional church. And it's interesting.
People who weren't comfortable sitting in those hard wooden pews.
Probably. No, yeah, and because really none of it was relevant toward, for me, I grew up in the 70s, and the church wasn't relevant to me then. And why not make it relevant? Where we've got a command to go into every man's world, and become, and not try to change them just culturally or socially, but impact their lives at the deepest level, and that's what we tried to do.
Well, this starts. When is this going to run?
It's every weekend in October, every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then the last 3 days of October. And I recommend you get there early in the month. And the end of the month becomes a part of the show is the 4-hour wait in line. And
you get to know the people you went with.
Well, but the other thing is it's the lines, we queue everybody indoors. So, and it's very entertaining. They put on a show for them. So you'll be entertained, and it's a big impact. I know that, last year over 9,600 people gave their lives to the Lord going through it. It was and filled out a card.
Big impact in more ways than one.
Yeah, and I think it opens people's eyes. I want my children to know the price that if they get in the car with somebody that's drinking, the price that could be extracted. It's interesting. Just the other night, my wife and I were sitting at a stoplight, and the two cars hit head on, going 50 or 60 miles an hour. It was like that. Well, that's how life is. It's full of those suddenly things that, we don't have control of, except giving our life to the Lord then puts us in a place where, there's protection and there's safety and there's the whole deal. But we've got to get to that place where we submit our lives to the Lord.
And then you understand the importance of that in that one instance.
Yeah, absolutely. And too many people, and you may know this too, in your businesses, they're trying to play catch up because they feel like they can do it on their own.
Right.
I'll go do this on my own. And that we have to let them know that, look, the world turns west to east. I mean, you're in business. I mean, you have income, you're making money, but you're providing a service that is going to give people a good deal. And I think that when we give people that kind of disclosure, I think people appreciate it and buy into it.
Well, watch for the nightmare from Guts Church. You can find out more information at gutschurch.com. You won't want to miss it. Parents, grandparents, make sure you get your younger kids involved. But the age limit is 12. It's a serious production and very well done. gutschurch.com. I'm Darryl Baskin. You're watching The Future of Real Estate, Tulsa source for local real estate news and information. Let's take a look at some homes we've got for